Hello everybody, welcome to my new Sunday market breakdown. Okay, so let's start with the DXY at the monthly chart. What can we see at the monthly chart is that we have sitting here an institutional candle here. So this is working like a magnet, and we already touched this institutional candle. If I drew my monthly zone at this zone here, you can see it got tapped. But what I now expect from the DXY is to tap this monthly higher low region. So we have that bigger bullish M. So the first like this, the first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg came all the way back till the IC. And then at this higher low, I expect the price will be having some more difficulties to break this and then having more potential upside momentum or a possible break and then making the shoulder one head shoulder two possibly. So that's what I can see for the DXY at this moment. So if I go to the weekly now, and at the weekly, what we can see on the weekly is we have here this bigger bearish W. So we have here that first leg, second leg, third leg, possible corrective nature, counter to the trend on the daily, and then more downwards momentum. So we have that weekly bearish candle close. So I expect the DXY to have more impulsive downside momentum till this monthly high low from the monthly chart. So we have that weekly bearish candle close, so I can look on the daily. And what can I see on the daily now? So like this, if I zoom in a little bit, you can see we are making here this bigger bearish W. So we have that first leg, second leg, third leg, possible fourth leg till this daily support zone, which can act like resistance. So this can a possible supply and demand zone if we have here already that support, and this can act like resistance here for possible more downside momentum. So I expect the price to come back or immediately going till this monthly lows. So if we do that, then this pattern is much bigger. So we will need to see then what will happen. But if the price come back till my daily zone here, then we want to see a 4-hour pattern. If I look on the 4-hour already, yeah, we can see we have here a possible shoulder one, head, shoulder two. If you look on the line chart, you can see it better. Shoulder one, head, shoulder two here. So if I take my Fibonacci from the low here to the high, then you can see the minus 60-80 of the 4-hour is almost tapping this daily zone of interest. So we will need to see what will happen on the DXY. So yeah, so the first trade I'm looking at is Euro AUD. So if I go to Euro AUD on the weekly chart, what can you see on the weekly chart is we are making higher highs and higher lows. So we have that first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg, and then the possible fifth leg can possibly form these upcoming weeks. So we can also see we have a supply and demand zone acting as resistance, support, support, here also as support here, and here also resistance as we look back in history. So we have that clear supply and demand zone. We have here that bullish M. We touched the weekly higher lows here with that candle, blue candle, wick from that blue candle. So that's very nice to see. And yeah, the blue candle is already there, so we can look for the daily for a possible pattern. And on the daily, what I can see is we have here that structural ascending trend line, the first touch, second touch, third touch. So yeah, this is my third touch. Then we have our shoulder one, head, shoulder two, possible inverted and shoulders without a break. So this is possible to happen. So yeah, then we drew our daily shoulder one zone here. So this is our daily shoulder one zone, our head shoulder two. So I wanted to have a tap of this daily zone. So if I go to the 4-hour, then I want to see the price going back to this zone and possibly making the first candle, second candle, then the third bullish candle, and then the fourth coming back. And then you can have that deceleration here forming, and then you can take the long possible upside momentum till the daily minus 27 round number to the downside 1.56700, and then for round, yeah, 4% will be okay, 4.1, like this will be enough. So this is where I'm looking at. Then the second trade, AUDUSD. So this will depend on the DXY, but if I look on the monthly chart, we are sitting at a monthly supply and demand, so acting as support here, support, resistance, possible resistance. We have still that bigger bearish W on the monthly. We are at this monthly highs. So this is a more risk trade, but normally I take my bias from the weekly chart, and on the weekly chart, my bias is still bullish. So on the weekly, we have that weekly bullish candle close here with that bullish M here. So if I went till the daily chart, then you can see on the daily chart that you have here that first leg, second leg, third leg, possible fourth leg coming back till that IC between all the blue candles. You have one red candle, so this is working like a magnet. So I expect the price to come back after that tap from the monthly to that IC, and then I want to see a pattern in the daily zone of interest. So if I go to the 4-hour, you can also see on the 4-hour already a bearish W from the high here to the low, minus 27 flip completion. I will take the magnet like this, minus 27 flip completion, aligning here. Round number to the upside will be around 0.68980. So this will be my 4-hour flip completion. And then I want the price to come back to that zone. And from there, I want to see here deceleration or an inverse and shoulder, or here that bullish M. So that's what I want to see on AUDUSD. So this is what I want to see. So then the next one, GBPUSD. So on GBPUSD on the weekly chart, you can see we are bullish on the weekly. We had here our deceleration here forming. And yeah, I also drew this daily weekly highs here for possible sellers coming in. So it's important that we have a pattern before we touch these weekly highs, because otherwise the chance is much higher that we can have some sellers coming in. So we have that weekly bullish candle close this week. We can look for a daily pattern. On the daily, what we can see is, okay, we have here that first leg, second leg, third leg, then the possible fourth leg coming back to the downside to the daily IC between all the blue candles. You have one red candle. This is working like a magnet. So I want to see the price coming back to this IC daily zone of interest. So if I go to the 4-hour, you can see also still here and head and shoulders forming like this, and shoulders. This will be our shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2 here at the highs. And yeah, the 4-hour minus 27 will be at the daily lows then. So yeah, if we come back like this and we can make it decel or a pattern, then I would take it. Otherwise, if we push more to the downside, I will change my daily zone to the daily lows. And then my horizontal black line on a 4-hour for a possible fake out. And then we can take here some decel like this here for the fake out. So it'll be like this, the fake out here, the 4-hour fake out, and then we can possibly trade here pattern or decel 1, 2, 3, 4 to the upside. It's not the best drawings, but just quick drawing this like that. So that's why I want to see GBPUSD coming back to the daily zone or the fake out region or making a pattern. So then the last trade, CADCHF. So if I go to the weekly, what you can see on the weekly is we had here a monthly flip completion. If I go on the monthly, you had here from the higher to the low, I think like this here, yes. From the higher to the low, we had the minus 60.80. We are at a monthly buying zone. As you can see, monthly buyers kicking in. So very nice to see. And then we already received a bullish candle. So then I went to the weekly chart, and on the weekly, we are still bearish, but we can make here a corrective nature counter to the trend for possible more downside momentum till back that monthly lows. As you can see, this is our first leg, second leg, third leg, and everything between that high and low here is just a correction for possible more downside momentum. So this is what I can see. We can make now the corrective nature counter to the trend, what I can see already here. So we have that weekly bullish candle close. We have here a possible smaller bullish M on the weekly. First leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg, fifth leg to the upside. If I take my Fibonacci from the weekly low till the high, you can see minus 27 already got tapped. So we have a fib completion. If I go now to the daily, on the daily, what we can see, we can make the natural M. So we have here the first leg, second leg, third leg, same high. So we expect the fourth leg to the same lows. So that's what I can see, the same lows, that the price will come back till this zone because it's a natural M, same highs, same lows. And then we can go till the daily minus 27 here, like that. So I want the price to see coming back to the daily lows. We already have a daily bearish candle close, so we need to have some patience there. On the 4-hour, what we can see already, we are making here that shoulder one, at possible shoulder two from the Fibonacci from the high to the low here, minus 60.80, aligning very nice with the daily lows. So if you take the round number to the upside to around 0.68700 for our fib completion, very nice aligning. And yeah, so this is what I want to see with a nice fib completion on the daily. Then the last trade, AUDJPY, is also a chance that it can play out, but this need to have some more development than the rest of the trades I'm looking at. So if I go on the weekly, what you can see, we are in a bearish market. So we have here that first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg. We have that bearish W here. We touched this weekly IC whole candle here. I think if the Fibonacci falls in that candle, I will see yes. So this touched this candle, so on the whole body. So we touched it, and then what I want to see is our shoulder one, head, shoulder two, possible head and shoulder. So I want to see the price coming back till the shoulder one zone, and from there I want to take it for our pattern to the downside till the daily minus 27. So that's what I can see for this upcoming week. So I hope you have a nice weekend and have also a nice trading week. So see you next week, everybody. Bye.